We can push ourselves toward evolution, which is what I believe we're doing, and what I believe the United States is capable of. I believe our government is capable of that. But right now they've been captured.
Yeah.
They've been captured. There's no leaders over there. There's no spiritually driven leaders who are willing to take the steps that we need to take as a people, as a society, because we're all in this together now. There's no, you know, it's all these classifications and differences that have been assigned to us that we learned, that we've been conditioned to think from within, that we're trying to liberate from. But it's very difficult. It's obviously very difficult because there are real differences in our country. For me, everything that is political or legislative or economic should be informed by a spiritual liberative process.
Mhm.
And that happens here conceptually first. And I'm no expert on it. Like I'm not. There are men and women who are much older than me who know much more than me. But my path and my ability and my will to build bridges from this world that I was born into, this flesh and blood that I was born into, this consciousness, and trying to bridge that with the dominant consciousness, currently the dominant consciousness.
What was it like for you to sit in lodge with a man who I believe will be the next president of the United States?
I mean, Bobby Kennedy is he's a different he's cut from the cloth of the Kennedys, this guy. But his whole campaign team was in that lodge with us. I've never been in a lodge so jam packed. Maybe it's been 4 years since I've been in a lodge that jam packed. There was a lot of people in there. And what was profound for me was the sweat lodge doesn't just belong to the Lakota. It belongs to other native nations as well. Every native nation has a version of this ceremony. But what was very powerful and meaningful for me there in that moment with you and Bobby Kennedy and everyone else was that there were mostly European Americans in there, except for myself and the Afro-Indigenous brother.
Porangi.
Yes. Oh, Porangi. How could I forget? Porangi. And I wasn't pouring the water. When it came time to sing, I wasn't the only singer.
Mm.
There's 5, 6 other brothers in there who had sundanced under Chief Leonard Crow Dog, who is an absolute legend, who was one of my mentors, one of my teachers. So Bobby Kennedy, that probably wasn't his first lodge. I don't know.
It wasn't, yeah.
And for some people, it was their first lodge. So Bobby has been fighting for indigenous nations ever since, probably even before Quebec and the Whale River. That's how my uncle met Bobby Kennedy. Because my uncle was, he was part of the beginning of this tribal water rights organization. And they sent him, this is before the internet, before cell phones, all that. They sent him to Quebec to represent Sioux Nation water rights and every other tribes that were within the Missouri River watershed. He goes to Quebec, meets Bobby Kennedy. He doesn't know Bobby Kennedy is going to be there. Bobby is there to defend the Cree Nation and their ecosystem that they depend on. Bobby was there to defend that in the early 1990s. So, and this guy's been doing it his whole life. He saved the Hudson River. Yeah. He's representing all the commercial fisher. He's the only guy that talks about when he speaks. I don't have to be sold on anything. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this is the guy.
Yeah.
This is the guy I want to support. This is the guy I'm down with. And yeah, he's not perfect, but who is? You know what I mean? Like there's more than enough that I just feel empowered.
Yeah.
And to be there, that was something special.
Yeah.